What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique, aka Unique Mazique. I am the hardest working man in sports and gaming, and we are talking WWE 2K22. I did an article and an interview. An article was on Forbes, but I did an interview with the creative director Lionel Jinks and the other members of the development team for WWE 2K22, and I had an opportunity to ask them questions about. So this was a bit of a follow-up. You may have seen the video that I posted here on Operation Sports, where we had the interview with Christina DM Fam and Lionel Jinks. So I had an opportunity to follow that up with kind of like some questions that may have been lingering, right? So we posted this a little while ago on Operation Sports, but in case you did not get an opportunity to see that, I wanted to kind of go over what those questions and answers were here. So the first question that I asked, because I noticed some references to the term persona. So it's, can you define persona as it is used in association with the Creation Suite? And the answer that I got back, and all of these answers are credited to the WWE 2K22 dev team, said personas are themes players can apply to their custom superstar. They are broken down into a series of categories such as wrestling, streetwear, sports, cosplay, and others, with each category having multiple selections. Players can use these personas as a starting point for their ideal custom superstar, or just pick one they like and jump right into the game. Of course, we include the option for no persona, allowing the player to begin with a blank slate. While looking through subcategories of attire parts, players can filter these parts based on their selected persona to see other parts that fit the style of the selected persona. Players can choose to switch persona filters at any time. So this, I'm a big creation guy, huge. I talk about this all the time whenever I get a chance to talk about WWE 2K. And the options and stuff there are very important to me. I love the randomizer feature. And so persona to me sounds like, and I've gotten confirmation that this is the right kind of idea or concept behind it, is that it is somewhat of a shortcut, almost like the beginning of a wizard when you're trying to create a custom superstar. So you just kind of have a starting point for which you can kind of base the creation off of, and they'll kind of guide you to keep you kind of on track there, and you can deviate at any time, which is something that I like. All right, the next question is, how many different body types are available in the creation suite? Another creation question. The answer is, we have 75 body types in the creation suite, 39 male and 36 female. These body types span a wide range of size, shape, and musculature, including body types much heavier than previously seen in the Creation Suite. We've also included more average bodies for players that want to create someone that does not match the typical body types found among WWE superstars. Each body can have its height and weight adjusted, allowing them to fall under multiple WWE weight classifications. We saw some of this in some early footage or early screenshots when we have some really big, full fleshed out body types that, might put you in the mind of Big Daddy V or Yokozuna, which is like kind of like you weren't really able to get that exactly the way it is with those particular, way it was with those particular guys. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm also wondering, which is something that I just really now, as I'm going through this video, just thought about, I'm wondering, can we also make female wrestlers with that body type? That's pretty interesting, because are we able to make people, and she's not exactly built exactly like Big Daddy V or Yokozuna, but I guess it would be like the female version of that. But can we make someone whose body type is like Nia Jax, or whose body type is like Karma's, or back in the day, Mount Fiji, as Glow Wrestling? Y'all don't know nothing about that. But can we make, women with that kind of body type? I think that would be pretty interesting. Haven't asked that question yet. I will explore that if I can, and if I can get an answer to that, I'll follow that up as well. So here's the next question. How many years are playable in MyGM and Universe? So I've had some hands-on experience with MyGM, and we'll talk about that probably in a future video. I want to get to the questions here. But the answer is, in MyGM, there are 3 duration settings, 15, 25, and 50 weeks. In Universe, there is no limit. You can run a Universe for 1,000 years if you felt so inclined. I am noticing, I'm gonna wait before I talk too much about this, because I want to kind of play with both. I like the fact that there's a MyGM mode in the game, but I'm wondering if some people are going to have some issue with the limitations of the weeks that you can play, but we'll see. Next question. How many creator wrestler slots will we have? This is always a big thing in any WWE 2K game. When you're creating, wrestlers or players, you want to know how many you can do. The dev team says we have 100 superstar creator slots available. Some people might be bummed out by that, but it should work out pretty well. Next question. Will the randomizer feature, one of my favorite features, offer weights that match the frame of the wrestler? In the past, there were wrestlers who were listed as like 500 pounds, but they were thin. The answer is each body type template has a custom curated minimum and maximum weight, the range of which can be adjusted by raising and lowering height. This allows each body template to fall within multiple weight classes, either by player adjustment or by randomizing. But you shouldn't see the types of extremes you have seen in the past. For example, our thinnest male body type has a maximum weight of 258 pounds. Even if you make them as tall as the game allows, they will never be a super heavyweight. On the opposite end of the scale, our heaviest looking body type has a minimum weight of 322 pounds and is still a super heavyweight even at its shortest possible weight. So I'm going to explain what I meant by that. When you would do randomizer in previous versions, you'd hit the randomizer button, and they'd give you a character who was, muscular, svelte, or whatever, or sometimes even thin. And you look at the weight that they just automatically generated for him, and it'd say like 515 pounds. You're like, is his brain heavy? Like, does he have heavy thoughts? I don't know what it is, but hopefully this answer means that won't be the case anymore. Next question. Have you changed the search options for the creation suite? The answer. We've added a number of new options for searching for attire in the Superstar Creator Suite, including the ability to tag favorites and filter parts by persona. You can also set custom color themes for your attire via the parts color feature, allowing you to easily give your custom superstars attire a consistent color theme. We've also reviewed and updated the UI flow in a number of creation suite modes, including arena, entrance, and video, to make it easier to use those features and find what you are looking for. In addition, players who create a custom superstar can now choose to upload their creation directly to Community Creations as they save, rather than jumping into the online suite to do so. That's probably a very underrated feature. We've made sorting through Community Creations easier with a new landing page to more easily narrow down specific content types you're looking for. We've also added upvoting, and the ability to sort by the amount of upvotes content has received to make it easier to find the top voted content. I like all of that. Don't have a problem with any of it. Next question is blood still an option in matches, including women's matches? The answer, blood is still an option in the game, although it is off by default. Blood historically has not been supported for women's superstars, and that did not change in WWE 2K22. Next question is, has physics with chairs and tables been improved? And if so, how? The answer, the physics systems have been completely overhauled for WWE 2K22. Weapons such as tables, steel chairs, kendo sticks, and stop signs will now show obvious damage states the more that they are used. Tables have seen a significant number of improvements. First and foremost, we have a more reliable way of predicting when and how someone collides with the table to help us better determine when a table will break versus collapsing. As for breaking tables, those are now completely dynamic instead of being animation driven. Players will never see a table break the same way twice. That is pretty impressive, and that is a pretty big claim. If you never see tables break the same way twice, you can see some pretty cool stuff happen in this game. So I am excited about some table breaking montages that people might put together. Could be pretty cool. Next question. Are there any new props or new interactions with props, such as leaping off the Titantron or moves through unfolded chairs? The answer, there aren't many new direct prop interactions to speak of in the game, but there's been a bigger focus on verticality in the new backstage area. We've created a new mantling system that allows players to seamlessly climb and dismount from surfaces of various heights. As in the past, we still support being able to throw players off ledges and follow these up with a big dive. So I was hoping or thinking maybe we might have some new weapons and some new stuff you could do with weapons, like, set people up where you put their face on a chair and then you do a stomp or something to that effect. The setup chair, not the laid on the canvas chair. Just different stuff like that. Maybe the Van Daminator type of thing with the chair. But doesn't sound like that's in it. But that verticality system sounds pretty cool in backstage, being able to climb up things. So that could be some pretty cool backstage matches. We'll see. Those are the questions and the answers that I have for you from 2K's development team. I'm interested and eager to get my hands on the game overall. When I do, look for a full review for WWE 2K22. Till the next time, I appreciate you watching as always. God bless and peace.